Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here in Total War Attila on Medieval Kingdom 1212 AD. Today we'll be playing as the Kingdom of Jerusalem and Cyprus versus the Kingdom of Norway. So we're going to have a quick look at the units I have in this siege battle. I'm massively well, not massively outnumbered, but I'm outnumbered by roughly 400 men. So as you can see there, I have at the top here is 1,200 men versus their 1,600. So we'll just go over some of the men I have on the battlefield that I've deployed for my defence. So as you can see, I have down here is some Crusader marksmen. I have 4 times these guys here in the defensive sort of position here, waiting for the attack to begin. Over here, I have 2 times of these guys. These guys are pretty damn awesome units. They kind of seem to be my strongest guys I have on the map. They're basically Genocide Marines. I think that's how you pronounce it. So basically, these are about my spearmen, medium spear infantry, tier 3 unit, which is pretty epic. Back here, I have my military order swordsmen, my heavy melee infantry. They look absolutely epic, as you can see. These guys look really awesome. Got some really cool armor looking there. Behind these guys, I have on the right, I have dismounted Hospitaller Knights. As you can see, these guys got some pretty badass weaponry, heavy polearm infantry. And on the left, I have some Templar dismounted Knight Brothers, late tier 3, and another medium polearm infantry. These are basically the most elite units I've basically deployed, most expensive guys. I have another unit over there of Genocide Marines, Genocide, how you pronounce it. And on my right here, I've kind of tucked out the way, is my King of Jerusalem. So my my general there, the commander. Obviously, here's another one of the military swordsmen. I have 3 of those guys there. So let's have a look at the armor scheme deployed. That's basically my opponent today, which is Kingdom of Norway, which is a fella called Cassius, I think it is. I think that's how you pronounce it. So he has. Let's have a look at what he's got here. Looks like he's got a lot of archers. He's got quite a few actually. Wait, what's he actually? No, he hasn't got that many. Actually, he's got about half and half. He's got predominantly table men. Actually, we've got table men here. Heavy melee infantry there. What else you got? Let's look over here. Orkney Islanders, heavy bow infantry. What's he got here? Table men. So he's got 2 table men. He's got some more Orkney Islanders, small archers, table men. Orkney Islanders, table men, table men. So it looks like he has pretty much a lot of table men. Oh, some longbow archers here. So he has 1 longbow unit. A lot of the guests, some more different types of arch units. So there's different type of arch units here. He's going to try and use that against me, I'm assuming so. And he has a lot of catapults, which is going to be pretty interesting for me. He has 4 catapults. Also some cavalry back in, just in case I sally forth out of the base, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to hold my ground inside the safeguard of my fort. But it's not going to be too safe with all these catapults and all these archers. But it's going to be an intense battle. So here we go, let's get it started, let's get this battle on the way. He's starting to move his archers in position, and I'm starting to engage with my catapults and my thing. So basically what I had a plan was to, essentially, as you can see here, my archers, I've decided to move them all up in this sort of valley sort of thing. This sort of, not a valley, this sort of kind of road going down the middle here. What I was going to do is set them up a little bit apart. A little bit of gap, so when they get too close to this guys at the front, I'll pull these guys to the back. So no matter what, it's always archery shooting, which is kind of my idea of just constantly getting arrows down against their men and just basically ensuring that I'm going to constantly be shooting them until they get on the base of the fort, should I say, then I can pull back to the safety of my men. But as you can see now, we're starting to engage these arrows. These guys are cool looking as well. They're not the most expensive archers for this country, but they were basically the ones that worked best. Only 650 points. I thought they'd work well because I needed quite a few of them. And here comes the fire from their catapults, which is getting pretty intense. There's a little bit of damage to our men and the archers, as you can see here. Let's check out some guys down there, which wasn't too good. So the catapults, they were kind of my my nemesis in this battle. You can see the carnage, and here comes some more. As you can see, they are totally aiming for my archers. Decided to pull them back because I didn't want to risk losing them, so I pulled them back a little bit. See, that was a good idea. I lost 1 guy. Comes another shot. Oh, look, guys on fire. Oh, it's horrendous. Alright, the army's starting to move up now. They're starting to get pretty close. So what I decided to do is move my first wave of archers back beyond the defensive line, because these guys are still in range. These guys will be in range. And these guys will probably be in range also. So the time these guys get back here, these guys will be moving. And then so forth. It's kind of just like kind of fire and movement sort of thing. So they fire quite a few rounds off, and then when it gets close, they move back. So it's constantly just keeping a distance, which I think is a pretty good tactic. Because I need those guys to survive. I want to be in range of all this mass amount of archers. How many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 archer units they have compared to my 4. So I kind of have to be very wary of them. There we go, got some fire coming down now. This is slow motion it. These guys getting killed. Ah, look at that. It's gone so quiet. Here comes some more bow arrows, should we say. Look at that. Wonderful. Right, let's carry on, let's go. So the battle's going pretty good at the moment. My tactical was working, fire movement, but the catapults were kind of my issue at the moment. As you can see, what I've done here is I've moved down some of my genocide marines and pushed those guys to the back there, because I wanted to hold them here for a little while so I can get my men back here to engage. So it's just an extra spot to hold my ground whilst they move up. So let's see how this goes. Now they start moving, I decide to put these guys in, I think it's Tostido, which you shall see. Here we go, look, here we go.
Our men flee the field of battle.
This is a formation called Tostido, which basically allows the men to put their shields up and defend themselves against arrows and cavalry, and basically just brings their formation really tight, which is really good. Here we go, we've got my next archers pulling back.
The settlement is on fire.
Starting to absolutely wreck my position here. Comes the arch.
Nothing remains of that tower now.
As you can see, the enemies now decide to fire some of their archers back. So this Tostido is going to help my men here, but it's not really going to help my my own archers. So I slowly start pulling them back. As you can see now, them guys are going to start pulling back soon. Let's see what they're doing over here. Looks like they've captured the gate and they're moving everything in. As you can see here, all their archers are coming in now, which is going to be a bit of a worry situation for me. But luckily for me, I still got rounds coming down from my archers because I'm repositioning them. I have put the heavy shot on. There we go, just own them now, as you can see here. Let's go in slow motion. I have put the heavy shot on so to ensure that I can actually pierce these guys here, because I knew straight away that these guys are pretty well armoured, these men here, so I made sure I've had that going. Before I was just used standard shot before, but I realised that most of their units have shields and whatnot, so I'm going to actually require to use heavy shot to actually take out these guys. So I made sure of that this time. So the last few battles I haven't been doing that, which is kind of stupid. So that's that. Let's wait until another arrows come. Here they come now. See if we can get a kill here with one of my archers. They're firing back everything they have. There we go, got some archers coming over now. Some arrow. Here comes the arrow. Comes some over, look, here we go, will we get a kill? No, it looks like I'm now changing my engagement to the archers now. And they're firing their catapults, as you can see here, rather ruthlessly, right in that, look at that. Look at that hit, absolutely brutal, took out like 6 of my men there. My men are readjusting, standing over the dead bodies there, of the corpses. Absolute carnage. Look at that. These guys are strong, these guys are brave, these men are good, so I think they'll hold out. Comes another rounds coming down. These catapults were an absolute nightmare for my army. Look again. Look at that. Just a nightmare. Especially these fire ones just burning as well. She got hit there as well. The army's pretty much on top of me now, look. But lucky for Tostido, they're holding out. They're not taking too much damage. Their morale's good. They're still there. I pulled all my archers back now to the defence of the fort at the top of it. I took another big hit in the middle for my goddamn catapults. It's an absolute nightmare. As you can see, I thought they'd attack me, and so I took them into the shield wall. But then they started firing archers again, so I pushed them back to Tostido to make sure they're not going to get killed. So as you can see here, we're holding out, we're not giving up. We're just waiting for them to attack. Waiting for the time to attack. And I think this is it, they're about to get ready. The table men are just waiting. My men are just ready for this. They're ready for this battle. I think they start to attack in a minute when the rest of their men get in position. This tuxedo is absolutely beautiful. So just holding, waiting. They're just trying to look, as you can see, they're firing catapults at me. They're just trying to weaken my defence, but they actually are, to be fair, doing pretty well. But at the same time, as they're weakening my defence, I'm weakening theirs. I'm aiming for all their, predominantly at the moment, I'm aiming for their men. As you can see, I've kind of reduced their men a little bit. I can't concentrate mainly on their archers at the moment. As you can see, a lot of the rounds are going towards this area here. Catapults are still coming in. They're still firing arrows at my men, which isn't doing too much. The only thing that's actually doing damage to my men is the catapults, which are constantly dropping fire bombs and just everything on me, which isn't great at all for my men. But if I'm honest with you, I've got this is my first line of defence. I have lots of men up here standing by. As you can also see, I have my men in tuxedo up here as well, just in case. Well, not in case, but they are firing against my men. And here comes the first wave of attack. Here comes the first wave. Let's have a look at this battle. So they're first sending their first table men in against my absolutely beastly defence. I'm moving to a shield wall now. Let's go in. Let's have a look at this. Here they come. First engagement of swords. Here they go. A lot of table men versus my marines. It's a cool name for these guys. If I'm honest with you, these table men have no match against these marines here, who are held out in a very nice shield wall. We shall see how this turns out. I've got 73 men versus their 54. Practically surround them. We're closing on each side. They're still taking a lot of fire here from my arrows as well. And they're engaging back. You can see it's just a lot of exchange of fire. Aiming for men up on the hill there, which isn't doing much. Still got a whole entire unit, 120 men on marines standing by on that hill, waiting for the attack. Just constantly taking catapult rounds and everything, as you can see. And there they go, they sent another wave of table men in an attempt to try and wave on my marines, which doesn't seem to happen, which is amazing. These guys held out impeccably. It's just death. Carnage. There we go, one of their tablemen have decided to retreat. It's now the 76 tablemen versus my 69. They've decided to try and do a runner. They're starting to manoeuvre their army a lot more now, as you can see over here. So what I've decided to do is move some of my swordsmen up in support of my marines, just in case they do waver, which they don't for quite a while, which is really, really good. I like that. So they're starting to try and go around my flank, which I kind of realised on that a little bit while later. As you'll see, well, I don't know what I do, but I adjust my men correctly when I see them go around my rear. So what I do now, I pull my marines back, and I send my swordsmen in to kind of sort out the table men, finish them off. So they start to have a bit of a fight down there to get them involved. So I see these guys reposition my rear, especially these cavalry. So what I do is I move my marines here to basically cover those guys so they can keep and hold them off, because the last thing I want is them to go my rear, and I'm done. And what he does then is he kind of repositions to this side here, and I'm like, crap, I'm going to lose this. So I decide to move my other marines. Then I realise they're really slow, so I'm like, right, it's time to move in my Templar dismounted knights. These guys don't take prisoners, as you'll see very soon. And the cavalry's coming up my rear pretty damn fast, which is pretty clever of them. I wasn't expecting to do that, if anything. So what I got these guys into a square formation, which is the best. These guys ain't really good against cav, too good. So I wanted to put them in a square formation to make sure they can hold. And I got my general here as well to hold out, to make sure his position didn't fall. So putting those guys in that square formation actually kind of saved this position, and they straight away he knew it wasn't going to win, so he pulled his men back, which was a kind of a lucky move. If I didn't adjust those positions quick enough, I may have got cavalry in my rear, which wouldn't have been very good. Okay, over here we now have a lot of units versus my swordsman here. This is absolute. They've literally just punched in all of his archers and his table men are all in there just getting stuck in. As you can see, they're not doing too well though. My men are holding out. I've lost 4 men, and I've taken out quite a few of their guys already. I'm actually doing really, really well, which is good. Okay, coming back round to this side here. He's got some swordmen standing by, but they're currently getting shot in the back from my my wonderful towers there. So now I've got my Templar dismounted knights on the rear, covering the rear, which I did have these guys, the Marines, there before, but I readjusted them, which is kind of a stupid idea. And now we're about to see an immense attack here. I kind of just swung into a arrowhead formation, or spearhead, however it's called, or triangle, and just charged down this hill towards these guys. As you can see here, my knights running their blooming pikes and just started owning these guys, which is absolute carnage. As you can see, this is absolutely beastly. And there comes my general as well, smashing in the back, pushing them down as much as I can. I've absolutely annihilated these guys. There's now 58 of them left. Let's go slow motion and we'll see this battle going down. That charge of my knights and the general, the king, coming down, kind of slaughtered these guys. These guys practically will give up very soon, which you'll see. Which is a good fight. He tried to try and break my defence, which didn't go too well. And so his table men are now 38 left, 35. They're getting absolutely slaughtered, as you can see. My men are annihilating them. Look at this. Look, now they give up. And they're wavering. My men are running after them, which is absolutely fantastic. Those guys did not last attack at all, which is probably one of my awesome first moves to engage him. I'm taking tons of archfire here. As you can see, I've practically lost my entire swordsman here from catapult fire. Look at that, look. Oh, it's just horrible. Oh, poor fella. Literally, I was just taking tons of archer fire, catapult fire. They're taking out this entire unit. It's got absolutely annihilated. So what I do is I move these guys over here behind cover in a minute, because look, I can't deal with losing these men here. These are very important men to me, which you'll see later on, I believe. As you can see here, still once again, my swordsmen are absolutely kicking ass. I've only lost 17 men now, and we're still being badass. Let's have a look at this. Absolutely beastly, this battle. It's probably one of the most best battles I've ever had on the Total War Attila so far. It's so wonderful. And what they start to do here, they actually start to break through a little bit. They tried to break through in this right hand side, but my swordmen straight away sort them out. Like, no, you're not going anywhere. Straight away. Right, now they're starting to concentrate. As you can see, they're starting to send some more table men around. They really want to get through this position here, but my swordmen are not letting them through without a war which is going on right now. It's just absolute beast. So literally my men were just holding out absolutely fantastically. As you can see here, I'm still taking a lot of fire. As you can see, my archers are starting to waver here and there. I think I've already lost a unit of archers. I've only got 3 left. Yeah, I've lost a unit of archers which have already left the battlefield, which kind of sucks, but still I'm holding my ground. I'm still engaging back. These guys are doing so, but they're not going to be the... At first they're alright, but now they're just keeping rounds down, keeping things up. As you can see here, they've used a rally. Their generals used a rally on them to help these guys attack me, which actually has kind of helped. Now I've only got 82 men left. So I also try and do the same. I think I'll bring my general up in a minute to rally them as well. So what I've decided to do now is bring my men forward. I see a lot of men here. These archers are going to become a serious issue for me. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to go around the rear. So I've sent the swordsmen, basically the swordsmen who are basically getting annihilated. I've brought them down, as well as the Marines, and then go around this back here and just push through here and try and take out some of these guys and get them some pressure. Okay, as you see there, I don't think you saw that was pretty quick. I charged in my Hospitaller Knights to kind of take over from my swordsmen. Like I did with the Marines, I kind of took over. So basically kind of ensuring that these units survive. So what I've done there is basically run these guys in to relieve these swordsmen for a little while so they can get their breath back. So my dismounted Hospitaller Knights can do some work And then once these guys get winded, I'll change over again. That's kind of how I'm working at the moment, to make sure that my men stay morale high and stay strong. So I keep on exchange. So as you can see, I've lost a lot of them already, which mainly from Artrify and the fact that these guys ain't that strong. They haven't got much armor as well, so they kind of got annihilated. So I kind of used them I didn't really use them correctly, really, if I'm honest with you. That was kind of a bad decision to run these guys in, because my swordsmen were doing pretty well. So as I can see, they're starting to lose it, so I pull them back a little bit. I'm trying to get a sword, trying to get them in a torpedo, which wasn't really working, which is kind of annoying. But they were held out, they're doing good. I've also still got swordsmen and backup. I've got my knights, and I've got another marine unit, and not to forget my absolute wonderful knightly brothers there, or Templar dismounted units. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on over here. My men are moving in formation here. Currently moving in Tostido. Losing some guys, but they're still moving up slowly but surely. They're making progress. Fortunately, as you can see here, I've lost my dismounted guys here. My knights have kind of given up, which is kind of annoying, but I didn't really use them very well. I should have left them where they were, because there's quite a lot of guys there. Basically just kind of just suicided about 120 men there, which was kind of stupid. Actually, how many were there? 120 here, which wasn't the most cleverest idea. These marines still here holding out, 97 left of them. And I've got my swordsman going there for some more fun. Alright, now we come back down here. Pretty much on top of them now, close enough. If I can find them. There they are. So I have my military swordsman prepared to move on to this mission up here, which is hopefully I can attack these guys. Right, let's have a look what's going on here. So that's my game plan at the moment, is to kind of get some damage here and hold out and take these archers out, which is an absolute nightmare at the moment. Right, as you can see now, they're starting to break for my swordsman now, which is not looking good. These guys are going to last a little while longer. There's 30 men left. They've done me really, really proud, these swordsmen, which is... I'm surprised they've lasted as long as they have. Let's just have some more fun. Look at some more carnage. Absolute beastly guys. They've just done so well for my country. For this defence, should I say. Very worthy men. Definite men. If you want to have a siege or anything, pick those guys up. As you can see, we're now getting closer to their table men here on their rear. I'm hoping we can do good. So this is going to be try and break these guys, these table men off. As you can see, they're already starting to waver a tiny bit. They're kind of scared of those men. My swordsmen are now about to die. They're absolutely engulfed now. 31 men surrounded, but we're making some of their archers. They're surrendering, they're wavering, they're running, they're shit themselves, which is good. Over here now we can start to see the attack. Here comes an attack of my swordsman. Here we go. I just lost one man. And there we go, we're hitting them. We're hitting their swordsman. It's absolutely beautiful. We're making them waver already. Look at that. As you can see here, we have the archers coming in for an attack as well. We've now made the table men waver. They're gone. They've given up. They're surrendered. Now next attack is the archers. As you can see here in the back, you can just about see their general coming in, because he realises what's going on here. He knows he's going to lose. There's another archers here that they're dying as well. They have no match against these swordsmen, which is absolutely fantastic. And they've given up as well. That's 2 units down. Now the next one to move on to, but unfortunately their general gets here pretty fast and kind of smashes into them pretty well. And because of the amount of men they have there, the amount of his general absolutely annihilated my lines. Even my marines couldn't even hold that. They just couldn't take it. It's just too much. As you can see, I've lost my swordsman complete now, and so is my wonderful marines here, who did me so well at the beginning of the battle, have now been killed. So that's just a nightmare for them. So those guys, just literally, as you can see there, they're gone. And here comes the next attack. Here comes an attack on my main fort, my last final position where my last stand happens. I sent in some some archers here just for a bit of fun. And see if they can get in there, get a kill, which they get close to the archers. Look, the archers get in there, they get involved with their axes and stuff. But they give up. They don't last very long at all. So here they come, the final attack on my fort, which was the last stand position really. Once I get past here, it's basically I'm open, and I've got my swordsman to deal with. As you can see here, they begin an attack. Go to a shield wall, last stand begins. But also I have here, I don't think they've noticed, but I've got my swordsman standing by there, and I also have a ton of Templar dismounted knights. So I'm still prepared. I still have roughly 200 really good men standing by. They've started to give up as well over here. He's decided to pull his men back. I think what he decided to do was just try and get his archers on me, which he's actually doing okay here. He's not doing too bad. He's hitting them. And I go, forget it, Torpedo, let's do this, and hold out again. So I got back in his formation and waiting. So this is what I do, I just wait in here. Waiting for him, that's what I need to do. I don't need to attack him. I think he might have wanted me to attack, but I decided no, I'm going to hold my ground and wait for him to come to me, because this formation is good. I already annihilated loads of guys down here, which you can see the absolute bloodbath. Down here with the first attack, as you can see, it's just absolute carnage. So I have faith in these men that they can hold, especially in Tostido. These guys here are just, well, basically just the war of this army. They're absolutely fantastic. They did so well. I think they begin to attack soon. It's just carnage, carnage. I just want to readjust, see where his general is. General men are doing nothing much. But I decided to move my swordsmen to the rear of my marines here to get them covered, just in case. Just in case they decide to waver, I have my next men standing by behind. So no matter what, I ensured that this army here was not going to get through this position. What's he doing here? He's repositioning his men. My assumption was he's going to go over there. So what I do, double tide my army over to that side, which you'll see. So when they're in Tostido formation, they are really slow, as you can see. I've got 8-9 men that backs towards their archers, which wasn't very wise. They actually take that chance on. They take the opportunity and start engaging, you can see. Oh, this poor guy down here. Oh, he's dead now. Poor fella. As you can see, they're engaging my men still. They really are trying their hardest to get around my rear here, which they do pretty much get close, but luckily for me, I've got that as a Tostido, so I double time these guys over here and I get there quick before I take out my rear, which is what they're trying to do, I think. Which I believe it's trying to do, try and get around the back of my army. But it doesn't go too well because I readjusted my army as well, according so. But I'm holding out. I've still got 94 Marines there. Got 88 swordsmen. What have I got back here? I moved my Templar Dismounted Knights because they are really vulnerable to arrows, and I didn't want to lose those guys. They'll be my last stand men. And I have my general here, my king. I had these guys, literally, these guys break, that was it. These guys come round and just going to take names and basically the final stand for me, but I don't think I needed them for that. We'll see, they're engaging again. Okay, here we go, I'm on a swordsman. He's pushing around my rear. As well as a just constant barrage of archers, that's all that's going on here. It's literally, look, as you can see, he's actually taking a lot of damage now, these guys. I was just really worried for these men. As you can see, they kind of went, a minute ago it was 8-9 men, now it's 68. Look, that guy just dropped dead. Okay, now 67 men. Surprisingly, I don't know what happened there. I don't know whether they fell out of formation or Tostido or just did, I don't know, or a lot of archers got through. Arrows, should I say. So they're actually taking a lot of names now. I think this is it. He knows he's not going to get through and he pushes his men up, I think now. He sends a full attack. Once again, we've got another unit of men over here. I think they prepare to attack as well very shortly. There's only a minute left of this battle as well, so here we go. Here comes the final attack. Here comes their first row of archers, sending them in. They know they can't break the Tostido. They have to go in with melee and try and take me on. I'm still in Tostido formation, which isn't too wise, so I took them out, put them in the shield wall, I think. I'm getting kicked back here now. Oh, 64 men left here, which wasn't going too great. So I immediately decided to bring my knights out because I know that archers were not shooting anymore, so I could bring them out. Over here we have our swordsmen engaged in there, immediately for their table men, getting stuck in, as you can see. Absolute carnage. Let's head back over to the Marines and see what's going on over here, because there's only not a lot of them left. They've pushed everything, even their general's involved now. Look, even their general's trying to push through. Look, he breaks through. He somehow squeezes through my my Marines, and I'm like, no, this is not going to go too well now. So I didn't really notice this. I was concentrating on the swordsman, so I brought my my king on to cover the swordsman's back. He squeezes, archers are squeezing through. Everything is getting through here, which is absolutely painful. My king stops his king, so I don't get wrecked by you don't kill my swordsman. I then send my knights into his archers to finish them off, to stop this sort of leak into my fort. I needed to stop that, which I kind of did with my knights. They did that pretty well. To see they're stopping them there, and they're taking out the archers there as well. And as you can see, his king's started to retreat. The men over here giving up. There you go, their tablemen have given up on the right flank. This is it, this is the last stand. I think they're giving up now. Yes, their army's given up. Their army's decided to retreat. That's it, I've won. I've won this battle with absolute glory. This amazing battle, how much I won here. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We won the battle in an absolute glorious defence there. They squeezed through wonderfully right at the end there through this I thought that was it. I thought if they got to my swordsman and took that flank out, they could have got a lot of men in my rear, another 3 units, and maybe they might have actually won this battle. But unfortunately for them, I kind of corrected that immediately with my knights and my spare men and my king, and kind of adjusted them correctly and did a real good defence there. So let's have a look at what we got here. So there we go, Cassius was up against. So he deployed 1,600 men, I deployed 1,200. I lost 900 men, he lost 1,000. I had 300 men remaining, he had 500. So even still at the end, he still outnumbered me, but because of my defence position and their men just wavered. Look, not a lot of men left, but I had a lot of oh, that's why I had catapult men. That's why everything else was pretty much gone in a sense. So that was an absolute wonderful battle, guys. My first proper victory in medieval kingdoms, 1212 AD and Total War Attila. So I'm actually really impressed with that battle. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.